Hey yogi friends! I wanted to go through Warrior 2 for you today. Not that there's anything inherently dangerous about this pose, I just wanted to make sure that you're getting the most out of it in terms of building strength and mobility and just enjoying the shape in your body. So let's go over to the mat and have a little practice and get into this shape and see how it feels. So the first thing to note with Warrior 2 is that we want the front foot, we want all 5 toes of the front foot to be pointing towards the short edge of the mat. And then we want to step this back foot back about 2 or 3 steps. So how wide you have your feet is completely up to you. And the wider the stance, the bigger the stretch is going to be. So if it feels too intense, you can always step that back foot a little bit closer towards you. So finding a position that feels kind of comfortable for you, and then checking in with the back toes. So the back toes we want to be pointing towards the long edge of the mat. And again, nothing is set in stone. So if for your foot it feels more comfortable pointing in slightly or even perhaps that way, then that's absolutely okay. There is no one size fits all. It really is just feeling and playing into the position to see what feels best for you. And then bending into your right knee, so this in my leg, the front leg, so my right foot is forwards. So we're going to bend into the right knee, and we want this right knee to be about on top of the right ankle. And again, your knee is not going to explode if it goes over the ankle or behind the ankle, but this is just kind of the stereotypical, is that the right word? The traditional, I should say, alignment for the pose. So this is what we're aiming for, is to bring the right knee over the right ankle. So the left leg is straight, and some people will say bringing the heels and the heel and heel into alignment. But again, you might have that back foot slightly forwards or maybe even slightly behind you. It really doesn't matter as long as it feels most comfortable and supported and strong in your body. I like to have personally a little bit of the front foot a little bit wider and the back foot a little bit further forward, just to create a little bit more stability and a wider surface area to balance on personally, but everybody is individual. So with the back leg, we're really thinking about lifting this left kneecap up so we can firm through the back thigh and really engage through this leg. So it's not just passive and floppy, it's working hard to create that stability and to create the strength as well. So we're bending into this right knee, and then we're bringing the chest, the shoulders, the ribs and the hips into alignment. So sometimes I see people coming forwards or coming back. So we really want to have this nice straight line, shoulders, ribs and hips all above each other. And then we reach the arms out at shoulder height, arms reaching actively away from each other and pressing down. So they're not sort of floppy spaghetti arms, they're actively engaged. And then we're turning our gaze over the front hand. So in this case, for me, I'm on my right leg is on the front. So I'm gazing over my right hands here. And I'm actively kind of using the heels to squeeze the heels together to create strength through the hamstrings, the back of the thighs here. Squeezing the feet towards each other and creating that strength. And then checking that the right knee is traveling in the same direction as the right toes and the gaze is turned over the right hand. And that is really it. So there's nothing hugely complicated. We want those front toes to be pointing towards the short edge of the mat, the back toes to be pointing towards the long edge of the mat, and then we're checking that that front knee is tracking in line with the front toes. We're straight and strong through the back leg, and then we're keeping the shoulders, ribs, and hips up on top of each other, and then reaching those arms away from each other at shoulder height. And that really is it. It's not hugely complicated, but it's a really nice pose to get a hold of and to get familiar with because it does come up a lot in yoga classes. I hope that that is a useful tutorial, and if you have any particular poses in mind that you would like to learn more about, then please do let me know. Namaste.